Okay, so I've gotten one question, and they want to stay anonymous, so I'm just going to call them K for now. So K asks, let's scroll up. K says, I have a serious inquiry. What is the best way to do a low/no carb diet? Well, first of all, I almost never recommend a low to no carb diet. I think it's fucking retarded. No, I do say no, almost never, because I'll go into that later, but I almost never recommend it. I just personally don't agree with it or like it. So, anyways, let's continue with their question. It says, I started off eating nothing but meat, cheese, eggs, and having Cool Whip or a diet soda as a treat. So, for one, those treats suck. You can have a way better treat. Like, diet soda as a treat and Cool Whip, that sounds terrible. I'm sorry. I prefer pancakes and actual cookies and things like that as a treat. So, let's step up our treat game. Alright, so while my friend was dropping pretty much a pound a day, it's taken me 3 solid weeks to lose 8. So I'm going to take a pause right there and say, that's terribly unhealthy. You should not be losing a pound a day. Even when I'm on competition prep, I don't go more than 2 pounds a week. You know, it's unhealthy. You shouldn't ever shoot for more than 2 pounds a week, especially if you want to try to maintain the lean mass that you have and try to maintain the muscles you have to have a good shape. Hold on, I'm about to burp. That was great. I just finished eating. So, yeah, pound a day is terribly unhealthy. That's just not good. Not good. So your friend might be losing more weight, but she's not healthy. It's taken me 3 solid weeks to lose 8. I'm going to take another pause and say, I just said I don't lose more than 2 pounds a week. And that's like max, me personally. I mean, some people can do more. You don't have to, you don't necessarily only do 2 pounds. But we can already say that, one, you're probably healthier than your friend right now. Losing 2 pounds a week puts you at 6 pounds over 3 weeks, and you're at 8. So you're at a very, very, very good rate. Remember, it's a slow process. It's not necessarily the fastest thing ever. You know, you're not going to drop 100 pounds in a month. It's not something you want to do. I mean, you can, but you have a tapeworm if that happens. So, good job on that. You're doing perfect already when it comes to weight loss. Not your diet, because I don't agree with it. Maybe. So, I understand bodies work differently, but why is she down 30 pounds and myself only 8? I'm more active, eat less daily calories, and didn't cheat hardly at all, and if so, it was like one cookie. We're stepping our treat game up. She could have entire cheat days. So, for one, I can't answer your question. There's like no 100% answer. I can only speculate and guess. So, like I said, I almost never recommend a low-carb diet because 9 out of 10 people don't perform well on that. That's just not what their body prefers. Your body's going to perform more carbs than fat. That's your body's main source of energy. So the reason these no-carb diets work is because when you cut out your carbs, you're cutting out a shitload of calories, putting you in a deficit, which is why you start losing weight. But a lot of times people find they feel like shit. You know, I only do these diets when I go on peak week where I have to deplete my glycogen storages. And for the first like 2 or 3 days of it, I think I'm dying. Because my body hasn't switched over to using ketones in my blood, which is what you do when you go on these no-carb, high-fat diets. And if you're on a no-carb and no-fat diet, you're just going to feel like shit. It's terrible. You might lose weight, but you also might not. It's going to sound counterintuitive, but you said you're more active, and you eat less calories than her, and you're losing less weight. So my guess is, because it happens with a lot of my clients, is I bump up their like average caloric intake when they come to me trying to lose weight, and they end up losing weight. There's a good chance you might be able to eat more and lose weight. You're going to jumpstart everything. So your body's got this really cool thing called homeostasis. It's why you get fevers. It's why you'll do a whole bunch of things, because your body's like, okay, we get shit right back to normal. It's why your body will, you know, try to stay in the same temperature range all the time. Homeostasis, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Fancy shit. So, hey, look, cat. What's up, buddy? So, anyways, when you lower your calories so much, your body's going to try to use less calories. It's going to try to neither change, it's going to try to not gain any weight or lose any weight. Homeostasis, trying to stay at rest. At rest. I don't know the exact scientific term, but the basic way to say it is your body's trying not to change. That's what homeostasis is. So a lot of times when people drop their calories to an extreme extent, their body tries to adapt and burn less calories. And that sounds like it does suck. So you're eating less calories, now your body's using less calories, now you gotta drop your calories even more, and then your body does the same thing and uses less calories to try to not change, and then you do the same thing until like you literally can't eat any less. So to avoid that, there's a lot of things you can do. You can, I'm trying to move in front of that light and it wasn't working. There's a lot of things you can do. You can reverse diet, boost your metabolism back up. Sorry, I speak not only English, so I fucked up right there. God, it was a good meal. I'd say boost your calories up. You could probably eat more and lose weight. And like I said, like 9 out of 10 people need fucking carbs. Like there's obviously exceptions. For example, PKU, I believe, is one of them. I could be wrong on that. I don't know the name of it, but I know there's these cysts that happen on your ovaries in women's, like I said, English, whatever. In women, where they don't function very well with carbs, like at all. It's just like they're just bad with it because they have these cysts on their ovaries, throw the hormones out of whack. But more than likely, if you have any of these situations, syndromes, diseases, what have you, that make you like perform very poorly with carbs, you'll more than likely know. Okay? So, I'm gonna guess that you're not one of these people, and you probably perform better with carbs. 9 out of 10 people perform. I'm not saying there's not exceptions. I'm not saying there aren't people out there that don't have one of these syndromes or diseases or blah, 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 and seem to perform better with fat. You can test that. I'd say get your calories to whatever your cut is, your deficit. Try 1 month with just fat. Not just fat, but higher fat than your carbs and your protein stable. And do that for a month. Next month, keep your carbs higher than your fat and your protein exactly the same, and see which month feels better, which month you perform better in. And that's a good test. I've done it myself, and I found out very quickly that my body really, really likes carbs. And carbs aren't necessarily your enemy when it comes to losing weight. I, for example, try to keep my carbs as high as possible. I'm on a cut right now, and I've had 230 grams of carbs a day. So it's definitely possible. I know everyone's body is different, but to a certain extent, we're all humans. We have some similar traits. You'll perform better in the gym, in your exercises throughout your entire day if you have what your body likes. If your body doesn't like fat and likes carbs and you're only eating fat and no carbs, your body's going to perform poorly. So it sounds counterintuitive. So my guess is add some carbs in your diet, add some calories in your diet, figure out exactly what your total daily expenditure is, and subtract 200 to 500 from that. If you subtract 500 from your total daily expenditure, that's £1 a week. Sometimes 2 pounds, it depends on the person. But I wouldn't shoot for more than that because it's not healthy. It's, if you lose 30 pounds a week and then you start, 30 pounds like in a month, and then you go right back to maintenance, you might explode back up. The slower you do it, the easier it is to maintain. The healthier it is for you, the better it is for you. So honestly, I think you're already better off than your friend. And 8 pounds in 3 weeks is extremely quick. That's good. It took me 4 to 5 months to lose the 40 pounds I needed to lose for my competition. It's not a fast process. You need to stay patient, stay on your course, do what you got to do. If you have any questions to figure out, what kind of calories you need to be eating, you can always ask me. I can help you out. There are a lot of tools out there to figure it out for you. But so in conclusion, my best guess is you probably need some carbs. And you probably need higher calories, especially if you're burning more than this girl to start with. You can cut on more calories than she can. So, yeah, that's the best way to sum it up. That is my best educated guess. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you exactly why because there's so many factors. But my advice is throw in some carbs. You'll lose more weight.